Well, good morning to Ubertuberubers and Ubertuberettes all alike around the universe and everywhere else. That's my summary introduction. Short talk in the trailer park with an old guy. I just got all duded up. You can tell I'm wearing a shirt with buttons. And, I was sitting there putting on this shirt in the back, and I just thought I'd chit-chat with you guys for a few minutes. This is what old guys talk about, okay? I was putting on the shirt, and I'm buttoning her down, and I keep thinking to myself, how long have I had this? Where did it come from? Why is it too large? But it's in my closet. So I was trying to choose a shirt, and I said, oh, come on, this is not a fashion show. Just grab a shirt and put it on. Go. So I just reached in, grabbed this one, and as I was this has happened to me before. I've got another really nice shirt back there. I really like it. I have no idea where it came from. I just wanted to kind of give you a get off and go to church message today. I woke up this morning and boy, I was just bummed out and just talk about unmotivated. I didn't want to do anything. I went down to Whataburger and got some what do you call it, biscuit and gravy, and add green chili. Let's civilize this. And couldn't get a cup of coffee off it. Well, it'll be out in a minute. Don't you mean like 17? So anyway, finally I got a cup of coffee on the way out the door. Here's the remainder. It's still warm. But anyhow, I was out watering the yard. And, because it's going to get up to probably 101 or 102 today, I'm guessing. We were only in the high 90s yesterday, which is nice. But still, that's awfully hot for those poor rascals up trying to fight that fire in Ruidoso. And I don't know. I haven't been following fires around the nation, and I hope there aren't a whole bunch of them busting loose. But the way the so-called management of the Forest Service actually works, they build up these huge, huge loads of dead wood, just waiting to go boom. They don't clear the land out. They're supposed to be managing it. You know what they manage to do is they make the fires worse. Thanks, guys. But anyhow, I was in the yard, and I just thought, man, I don't even want to go to church. Why bother? I mean, what am I doing here? But I thought, remember my own sermon, Mike. We are in a spirit war. In other words, analyze the problem. The problem is this is an assault upon my heart. It's an assault upon my motivation. It's an assault upon whether I even want to be here. That kind of thing. So it's a spiritual issue. And I tell you what, as soon as I realized, wait a minute, enemy spirits. Okay, now we've got this whole subculture going on here with UAPs, UFOs, and whatever you call them. I don't doubt for a moment that people are seeing things in the sky and they're really there. Now, whether that's little green men from another planet that flew across that huge gulf of the heavens just to get down here and play peekaboo with a gang of savages for 100 years, I don't know what that's about, but I do believe that there are alien entities among us, namely fallen spirits, and we are in a spirit war. This is it's like when you're in a war zone, there's a lot of action, and you got to pay attention. Well, as soon as I realized this is an enemy agent that we're talking about, this is not just Mike having a bad day only. My heart is being goaded, it's being assaulted, it's being attacked, and here's the story. Go back and read, if you've never read the Space Trilogy by C.S. Lewis. I believe it was, I think it's the one where he goes to Mars. Ransom is the guy's name. But anyway, early on in the book, he's walking down the road, and suddenly it's like everything rises up in him, and he's just like, oh, it's just like a struggle to walk. It's like, who wants to do this? This is so stupid. And his mind is taken over with these ideas of just turn around, go back. You don't want to. And so he was headed to this certain address. And spirits, or as they called them in, what were those guys called? The angels, Engels, or whatever they were called. In that series, there was dark ones and light ones. So you had spiritual entities that were assaulting him. Anyway, Lewis's description of that episode as Ransom is kind of struggling and muddling through this depression and whatever, it's pretty enlightening. But once you remember that you're dealing with an enemy agent, you have the authority in Jesus Christ to condemn and drive that thing out, to crush it, give it no mercy, grant it no peace. And the thing is that when we rise up in the spirit, We have the authority in Christ over these things. This is what Christ was teaching us. He gave us authority over these fallen spirits. Now, in our world, again, with the UAPs and the UFOs, have you ever noticed how just damn screamingly butt ugly all these so-called aliens are? It's like, ugh, yeah. How stupid do you think your maker is? I mean, he just specializes in ugly or what? You didn't get hit with the ugly stick, man. You got lost in the ugly forest. But anyhow, those are the proposed members of other races that were in, and supposedly there are spacemen that flew here on little discs across that gulf. And the reality, I believe, is that we're dealing that's simply another face, another phony baloney 2x4 junk option that the enemy proposes. We have the authority to throw these things down, and once you begin to do it, I tell you, my heart just leapt in me. I thanked the Lord that He was releasing in me this boldness to say to this thing, "Back the hell off now," and it moved. And so the idea is, if you're feeling all assaulted, if you're feeling alone, like wildly crazy alone, as you watch the world falling apart in front of your eyes, you're not alone. But that sense of doom, that sense of gloom, that sense of pointlessness, that's the enemy's work. And once you recognize it's somebody else interfering in your life and in your mind and in your heart, trying to drive you back into helplessness and apathy, now you can begin to speak to it. And when you drive it back, it damn well knows who it's dealing with. Jesus Christ is in us. Jesus Christ has the authority complete over this and this whole array, this whole army of darkness. But we are the sons of light. We're the children of light. And so get your butt to church. And don't forget to bring an offering. Have a good day. Bye-bye.